time on Pokemon Y2, I was mentally violated by a chick who enjoys being physically violated. And in this brand new episode, we're going to play a game of Talk to Everyone with the fine denizens of Mistralton City. Now, this chick here is going to give me something probably for how many TMs that I've collected. I've collected 19 of them, as a matter of fact, so I get an HP up as a gift. And the way she's talking about it, she's going to give me more stuff, probably the other vitamins, if I bring more TMs to her. So, trading sweethearts to receive through feeling checks. But yeah, feeling checks is a feature of the Sea Gear. You can get sweethearts from this feature. And, by the way, if I'm reading this right, there's an item in a trash can in a house. That doesn't happen too often nowadays. But yeah, sweethearts. You can trade 10 of them for a heart scale with a woman in Driftvale City. And a fun thing to note is that on Valentine's Day, she will only charge 5 sweethearts for a heart scale, which is kind of interesting in a way. The wind blows really hard in the gym. So they call it the wind, huh? Ah, those wacky locals. And yeah, that's actually a pretty good question. So we can send freshly picked vegetables as fast as possible, but I don't know, wouldn't the pollution from the planes kinda kill the plants? Or I don't know. Maybe it's actually a brilliant idea, and I'm just ignorant of it. But that's how it feels like in my head. You know, the pollution would just be a bad deal for all those plants. Anyway, this is the main building of the Mistralton Airport, so to speak. The Sharbeak right here, which boosts the damage done by flying moves by 20%. As with all type boosting items, it's decently useful in game, but not at all competitively, except for very, very rare cases, which I think are even more rare than that. It's closer to never. But was she the woman who's supposed to trade you sweethearts for heart scales? Because I thought that was a woman in Driftvale who traded them. Oh, unless I must be thinking of the one who wants to see a certain Pokemon with a certain TM move every day, and she gives you a heart scale for that. Oh, well, that explains a lot. Sorry about that. Sorry about trying to spread misinformation there. At least I'm glad that the game corrected me before 100 people did so. Now, over here, do you have any flying or psychic Pokemon with you? Well, yeah, I have a Ducklet. So, I guess, yeah, let's get that luggage. I'm probably going to be getting something in return. I have no idea why. Yes, and it is Netballs. Oh, these are, well, they're not as useful as Dusk Balls. They only triple your catch rate against bug and water Pokemon, but the good news is that they work all day long as opposed to Dusk Balls, but generally Dusk Balls are still the better choice for catching hard-to-catch Pokemon. Well, Netballs were pretty good back in the day for catching Kyogre before Dusk Balls were a thing, but yeah, nowadays apparently their planes are available for passenger service as opposed to 2 years ago where it was exclusively cargo. But it's not like everyone's Pokemon can use Fly, but still, strongly recommended, obviously, that you get Fly on at least a Pokemon because it's just so incredibly useful. Planes need a runway to fly, but Pokemon don't need a thing. And personally, I need a runway to land hard jumps in platformers, as I've said multiple times before. Okay, so we get some more dialogue regarding Skyla at the upper left corner of the screen. You can see right here, there's the brand new Mistralton Gym which is completely different from the first game once again, but we're not going to go there yet. There are still many, many, many things that I want to do before then, such as talking to these NPCs. This is just step one of about 1,000. Really? Even a teeny weeny Pokemon can carry a Pokemon easily. I love how they're not even trying to hide the fact that getting carried around by a Pidgey is utterly stupid. They just acknowledge that, yeah, it's possible, and it's really easy for them, even though it's the stupidest thing ever. Big harvest of berries, Funfest mission, which is, well, it's, just collect berries. We got a call from, I'm going to assume it's Yancy. Yep, it is Yancy, so let's humor her with a conversation. By the way, her dialogue is a bit different if you answer the quizzes at the Passerby Analytics HQ in Castelia. Like, for example, she said just now, oh, so that's the kind of thing, that's the kind of Pokemon you prefer? But if you answer the questions in Castelia, she's gonna say things like, oh, so you prefer, she's gonna say the actual type of Pokemon that you prefer. This guy, I think he's actually a maniac that can take mulch off of your hands. Do I have mulch? I think I do. Yeah, I think I do, in fact. So I'm going to give him some mulch just to show you what it's like. It's in the main pocket. I'm just going to sort them by type real quick so I have an easier time finding the mulch. So I got some gooey mulch here, so let's give him that. And $1,000! So pretty good exchange for an item that serves absolutely no purpose whatsoever otherwise, since you can only grow berries in the Dream World in Gen 5. I really hope that changes in Gen 6, because god damn, I hate the Dream World. So, here we got a Max Repel, and I think this is the last guy that we haven't spoken to yet. So I'm going to read this dialogue, and after that, I'm going to go back to Chargetone Cave in order to find the Tynamo in the deepest area. But wait, there's more! There's the Skydrock TM that I forgot that's near this plane, and since that makes 20 TMs, which is a nice round number, I'm just going to head back over to this house really quick if I can get inside and see if I'm going to get anything special for that. I have 20 TMs. Oh, it's looking good. Yep, another HP up. So I thought it was going to be like maybe protein or something, but I guess not. And I am finally back with a Tynamo. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send out Volcarona, since its Gust is just about the only thing that can weaken this Tynamo without utterly killing it, of course. Let's paralyze Volcarona. Not that it really matters all that much. It's not like that Tynamo is going to kill it or anything like that. Here's a Spark. So, Gust, how much damage is it going to do? Not even half, so I'm going to take my chances and go in with another one. Of course, if it crits, I'm not going to be a happy camper, but that's part of the game, I guess. Okay, it's down into the red, so I'm going to do what I usually do when I want to catch a Pokemon. I'm going to switch to my sleeper, put it to sleep, and hopefully catch it reasonably quickly. Now, this Tynamo was a pain in the ass to find, because it's supposed to have an 8% appearance rate, but seriously, Boldors are almost twice as rare, and I must have found like 3 or 4 of them before I found this single solitary Tynamo. It was kind of stupid, actually, just how much bad luck I had. It's nothing as bad as that Ralph's in Emerald. I'm sure everyone who was around back then remembers. I wonder who was around back then and saw that video when it first came out. Mustn't be a whole lot of people nowadays, since it was so many years ago. Anyway, Tynamo was caught in only one ball, which at least is good news, since I won't have to hunt for another one, considering that, as I said, I'm not going to be too picky on the nature. I'm going to take a look at it out, however, since I deposited my Deerling for this express purpose. Boost to special defense, lower physical defense. It's okay. I can live with that. So, now that I have my very own Dynamo, it's off to Route 7 to Audino Grind It. And we are back to Castelia Sewers to explore the remainder of the areas that I couldn't check out without Surf. So I'm going to get all these hidden items that gave me so much pain on my first 2 trips through here. And by the way, as you're going to notice, I haven't quite evolved my Dynamo just yet. It's just a sliver away from evolution. I only did that because I wanted to save myself some time when it comes to recording as well as editing. It's just more convenient for me that way. So Dynamo hits level 39, and it's about to evolve into something that can actually fight back for a change. Yep, Electric isn't a fully evolved Pokemon, but at least it can use the Eviolite to somewhat defend itself while I level it up to level 44. Sorry, trouble speaking today, it seems. So Crunch is going to displace Tackle in that move set, and there's also another move that I want to add as a TM, and it's going to be Volt Switch, which is going to be replacing Charge Beam. Volt Switch isn't going to be my main electric move, admittedly. It's going to remain Spark until I get Thunderbolt. Volt Switch is mostly going to be used for those physically defensive Pokemon as well as utility if I want to switch out while still doing some damage. So I'm going to rearrange these moves. Spark on top, then Crunch. Volt Switch goes third because it's more of a utility thing, as I said before. So, well, looks like there was nothing this way, so I guess I'm gonna have to head back the way I came. One interesting thing about Electric, and I'm going to be venturing into an area I don't know jack shit about, and I'm talking about the trading card game. Apparently, Electric, in a metagame that's infested with legendaries and assorted super-powered Pokemon, can not only hold its own, but it's apparently a card that can win tournaments. Imagine that. That tiny little eel thing that's not even fully evolved is like a god-tier card. Of course, I don't really know the specifics, but I'm sure someone in the comments is going to elaborate on that, so if you are curious as to why that is, you might want to check that out. Oh, and something that I want to come back to, since earlier in this video we had a call from Yancy. Another reason why you really want to do that side quest outside of the Pokemon that she trades you is the fact that it's the fact that when she trades you a Kanto Pokemon, it's going to come with a rare candy attached. And since the order is fixed, that basically means you get a free rare candy every 4 days if you trade with her every day. Oh, there's an item over there. How am I gonna get there? Well, I'm gonna move on for a bit. Maybe I got a U-turn somewhere later on. Unfortunately, I don't have a map for this place because there's no such thing as a map for the Castelia Sewers on the internet, amazingly enough. But yeah, one rare candy every 4 days if you trade with Yancy every day. That's basically the best thing since Buena's password in Crystal. They nerfed her to Oblivion in Hard Gold and Soul Silver. But yeah, didn't think they would ever go back to introducing a source of easy rare candies like that. So I'm just gonna check this area over there. There's nothing. So I guess that is going to be it for today. So next time on Let's Play Pokemon Y2, we're going to keep looking into these Castelia Sewers to see what we can find in here.